Hello everyone and welcome to tonight's LCTV sports telecast of Littleton High School football. It is the Division 6 Central Mass District Championship game between Littleton and Blackstone Millville. I'm Mike Fontanella alongside Pat Frederickson and Mark Brewer, our one-man tech crew. We're on the road in Leominster, Pat, for this big championship game.
Yeah, this is a crazy game, Mike. I don't think either one of us expected this game to be between Littleton and Blackstone Millville, but you know, Blackstone Millville came in, they upset Maynard last week, and as the coach said in the paper, which I thought was the most telling quote, the only people that thought that we were going to win this game was us, and that's all that we really need. So, you know, I think, you know, we expected to see Maynard here, but Blackstone Millville comes in with a ton of momentum.
Yeah, they're a 500 team, but they got a job done against a very good Maynard team at Maynard last week, and now they're here in Leominster at Doyle Field playing against the Tigers. The Tigers have been here before, so they're very familiar with this type of game. Blackstone Millville not so much. We'll see how it plays out. Cody Shearer out to kick for the Tigers to open the game, and here we go. Field line about the 5-yard line. There is a stiff wind blowing from right to left that Cody was kicking with. That's why that line shot went all the way down to the 5-yard line.
Yeah, Mike, and that was Robbie Seifring there, kind of everything man to return that. We're going to be calling his name a lot tonight. He can throw the ball. He can definitely rush the ball, probably 5th or 6th in Central Mass in rushing. And like I said, he'll be the only game you're calling, not only because he's our go-to guy, but because we don't have any numbers from Blackstone Millville tonight. So keep an eye on him. You know, one of the things to keep an eye on, too, is if you're watching this game and you haven't been here, the conditions are brutal tonight.
Yeah, it feels like it's about 30 degrees out there. Seifring has rushed for 1,000 yards and passed for 500, so he's a do-it-all guy. We're going to look to throw on the first down. It's a screen pass up the middle. They're going to get it off. It was well read. They did about close to a 10-yard gain there. Well, they'll move the chains. The ball out to the 34-yard line of Blackstone Millville Hopedale. It's a co-op program.
That's a good point. Hopedale's quarterback is, Blackstone's quarterback is Robbie Seifring from Hopedale. And, you know, this program's come a long way. I think they've only had football since 2012.
So 1st and 10 for Blackstone Millville on the second set of downs on this opening drive. It's going to be a quarterback right up the middle, stacked up. Good job there. No gain. Luke Tornell coming off the nose tackle position, getting right in there and dropping Seifring for no gain. 2nd and 10. I think that's going to be the key, Pat. If those defensive linemen can get in the backfield and make it hard for Seifring to get going, give the linebackers time to fill the gaps, they'll be in good shape. But if Seifring's upfield before the linebackers can find him, that's going to be trouble. 2nd and 10. We're going to sweep. No, up the middle, counter, kind of a counter look. It's going to get a few yards out of that. Mitch Bowden on the tackle. Out over the 35 to about the 37. It'll be 3rd and 7. So a chance for the Tigers here after giving up a first down to force a long yardage situation on 4th down and possibly a punt.
We've seen a little of this before, Mike, where teams are very strong running and they run the ball up the middle. It's a different game when you come and play Littleton. So if they're expecting to have a lot of success up the middle, we haven't seen anybody have that this entire year. So this could bode well for Littleton.
2 receivers on each side of the field. 1 back in the backfield with Seifring. They'll bring motion. They're going to look to throw. Pressure! He's going down! Luke Elliott coming off the edge. And they sack Seifring in the backfield for about a 7-yard loss. It'll be 4th and 11.
Good job there. They came hard. I think there's Tucker DeCoste on the backside as well.
It looked like it was like a play action, and the guy that they faked the handoff to, they needed to get him out in a route. They were waiting for that, and Luke Elliott was like, he had all the time he needed to get coming off there off the edge, get a good hit on Seifring.
And Seifring back to punt.
Kick it into the wind. You can see the wind just knocking it down, and then it jumps back. He misses it. That ball's going to go out on about the 47-yard line. That's only about a 20-yard gain on yardage there. But like we say, it's really It's not a reflection on Seifring's leg as much as the conditions he's kicking it in.
Yeah, that ball got to about where we are at midfield and it just kind of dropped straight down.
Yeah, like it hit a wall out there.
Braden Lynn's out there thinking, let me chuck when I can hit the goalpost from here.
So the Tigers will take over. on their own 46-yard line. After giving up a first down, they turn back Blackstone Millville and force a punt. They will go spread here. Braden Lynn, a quarterback. They'll bring Austin Lynn in motion. Go up the middle. Oh! And that's Seifring, their linebacker. He plays linebacker. He is their all-around guy. That's going to be about a 2-yard loss. Will Scott didn't even get a chance to get his feet moving, and Seifring was right at his ankles. 2-yard loss, 2nd and 12.
The first time seeing Seifring, he looks like a big, thick kid. He kind of reminds me of Cole McHugh, who we saw a couple of years ago from West Boylston.
Yeah, I watched him warming up, and I agree with the same. Yeah, I feel the same way. He's big shoulders. I'm going to pitch it and try to get to the corner. He's going to cut it back. He's going to come all the way back around the other end. He's up the end. Oh, good block downfield by Braden Lynn. And Austin Lynn's very close to a first down. He really busted that play up and came all the way back around the other way. There was more penetration there, Pat. Another linebacker that got in there.
Yeah, it was Seifring again, and Seifring just missed him in the backfield. Good job by Austin Lynn at reverse field.
They made a big play out of nothing. That's a first down into Blackstone Millville territory on the 44-yard line. 1st and 10.
Early on, again, Mike, I know we're just 2 or 3 plays into this series, but Seifring looks like a beast.
You have to put a guy on him and try to slow him down. I'm going to give it to Bowden up the middle. He gets a hole, makes a nice cut. He's close to a first down. That time they got Seifring sealed off, and he got up the field.
Yeah, Wesley Klein did an excellent job of just taking Seifring down.
Very close to a first down. I think they're a yard short. They're going to go hammer here, switching it up in the middle of the drive. 2nd and 1. We'll bring in their big lineman and bring Luke Elliott in at quarterback. So we got Will Scott and Austin Lynn at the tailbacks, Bowden at fullback.
Nice to have weapons.
We're going to go quarterback sneak. And Luke Elliott will gain it. Yep, quite easily, but not a lot more, but got what he needed. Let's see if Mike Lynn stays with this look. Let's switching it right back up again. So the Tigers pick up another first down. It is 1st and 10. The ball on the Blackstone Millville 34-yard line. This opening offensive drive by the Tigers. 2 first downs so far.
He's looking solid here. They get good penetration. I'd look for a little quick hitter here to try to keep the defense honest.
Ooh, high snap. Oh, and Mitch Bowden gets loose. Makes a guy miss. Oh, he's running guys over. So Braden Lynn making a nice one-handed grab of a high snap. And then Mitch Bowden making a guy miss in the backfield and then running guys over downfield. Gets about a 9-yard gain on that play. So right now, the Tigers, 2 plays that could have gone really downhill. Instead, they get big gains out of it.
You just cannot hit Mitch Bowden anywhere above the waist.
2nd and 1. They'll stay spread here. They're going to give it to Will Scott. He gets a hole. He gets a first down to about the 20-yard line.
Yeah, we've been calling Will Scott's number the last couple of weeks, but he looks faster than I've ever seen him. Last couple of weeks, he just looks, light on his feet. We're talking about his 45 cuts that he's making. Looks really good.
So it's 1st and 10 with the ball right on the 20-yard line. Tigers have picked up 3 first downs on this opening offensive possession. I'm going to give it to Bowden. Makes a cut up the middle. So that they're bringing that kid on a lot of blitzes. And if he doesn't get there, there's a big gap where he left. It's another 7-yard gain for Bowden.
And you can see the backs for Littleton. They can taste the end zone here. They want to be the one to punch that first one in. Mike, you mentioned earlier, too, that their next opponent, if they get through this game, has already been set, right?
Yep. Stoneham won the Division North Championship last night. I'm going to give it to Bowden again. Dances through a hole, makes stands a guy up, brings him forward. And he is inside. That's a first down inside the 10-yard line. 1st and goal. The Tigers with an impressive run game right now. Just moving the chains and making their way downfield. It is 1st and goal from the 7-yard line. Tigers will stay spread here. They've been running out of this. They've not thrown a pass yet. Haven't needed to. Got to be averaging easy 7-8 yards a carry here. We got Will Scott in the backfield with Braden Lynn. They'll bring Austin Lynn in motion. Inside handoff to Scott. Cuts it upfield. Driving forward to the goal line. They're trying to move the ball.
He's in. He's got to get in. Get it.
Great effort by the Tigers. They were trying to help him across the end zone. Luke Elliott got in there. He's down inside the 1 yard line.
Looks like the half-yard line or so.
Yeah. And they're going to switch it up and go back to hammer. So a nice drive by the Tigers, knocking right on the door here.
Not a lot
All
of reason
running.
to hand this ball off right here. Just Luke Elliott up the middle. Solid run so far. Great drive.
This is like,
Uh-oh.
what happened? Oh, man. They were going into a weird formation.
Yeah.
So a mistake.
Looked like the whole left side went on that. Mike.
Yeah, and it was weird because like they were going into some kind of formation where it was almost like it was definitely going to be a quarterback sneak, I think. They're back out to the 5 yard line. Only second down. And they will stay hammer here. So it's Scott and Austin Lynn at the tailbacks. I'm going to pitch it to Will Scott. Gets the hole. He's in for a touchdown. Untouched over the left side. And Luke Tornell, the tackle, congratulating his teammate, but it was the offensive line. Was very impressive on that drive, Pat.
Out there, yeah. Solid.
So the Tigers, no problem on the miscue on second down from the goal line from 5 yards out. It's an easy run for Will Scott. They're going to bring Cody Shearer on here to kick. Mike Corey, the holder, kicking with the wind.
They're going
to call a timeout.
It's good to see Sean Mazzoni out there. Last week he had an ambulance ride all set up, and now he's back out here at the tight end.
So now they got the lineup in there that they want. They will try to kick the point here.
That scoreboard is not safe.
Good snap. You're right, Ben. I think there's a hill out there that went all the way up to the top of the hill and down the backside. So 3:48 to go in the first quarter of the Division VI championship game in Central Massachusetts, and the Tigers get the ball after forcing a punt on the opening drive by Blackstone Millville, and then come walk the ball right downfield with Will Scott and Mitch Bowden doing the damage with the run attack behind that big offensive line. Nice start for the Tigers, Pat.
Yeah, I think the thing that got that going too, don't forget Austin Lynn on that little shifty move on the second down to keep that drive alive where Seifring got into the backfield. And if you think about that drive, other than the first play where Braden Lynn got stopped in the backfield and the penalty down here, those are all serious positive yard plays.
Yeah, for sure. And the other one was the almost errant snap that Braden Lynn made a great grab on and turned out to be a 9 yard gain for Bowden. So two plays there that could have gone the wrong way turned out in our favor. But yeah, one loss of yardage on the first play, and then the rest was just 7-8 yards at a time. 3:48 to go. Tigers on top 7-0. Shearer will drive another one. Oh, over the head, and it's going to go into the end zone. So he kicked it away from the big threat. And that'll come out to the 25 yard line.
Saw that a bit last week where Cody Shearer just hammers the ball down. It looks like a line drive that's going to be fielded, but it just carries and goes right over the back's head. Big, strong leg.
Big, strong leg kicking into us kicking with a very good breeze.
Yeah, I don't know if Mark Corey can get that flag on the camera at all today, but that'll give you a good idea how hard that wind's blowing.
It's a big flag, and it is straight out. All right, 1st and 10 for Blackstone Millville here on their second possession. We're going to go sweep, trying to get the edge. He gets a hole, and he's going to get about 6, 7 yards on that. Tackled downfield
Solid
by
run
Kier
there.
Boyle. Yep. So we'll call it 2nd and 4. The ball on the Blackstone Millville 32-yard line. It's a read option up the middle, stacked up, short of the first down.
Let's go, keeper! In the backfield!
So 3rd and 2. Need to get to the 35-yard line. The ball's on the 33-yard line of Blackstone Millville. I got to believe, Pat, running from the quarterback position, they're running that read option. I got to think he's going to carry it more often than he's actually going to hand it off.
Yeah, it seems to me like they're just trying to kind of soften up Littleton and keeping him honest. They probably have a good game plan here, get him going left to right early in the game, and then Seaford will start carrying it. But I agree with you. We want to see him carrying the ball.
Yeah, they're
more.
rolling him out. He's looking to throw. He's going to cut. He hooks a pass up. Oh, is he caught?
Oh!
Yeah, good catch there. Austin Lynn tried to knock it loose. He really put a thump on him, but the receiver came down with the ball. And that'll be good enough for a first down out to the Blackstone Millville 39-yard line.
Yeah, solid catch there. Receiver went up and actually tipped the ball up. And Austin Lynn got a good hit on him as he was coming down and still held him out of the ball.
He literally leaped in the air to throw that ball. It was kind of an unorthodox motion, but he got it where he wanted. A little high, but a great grab there by the receiver. And he got hit after he caught it. And Austin Lynn doing his best to try and knock the ball loose. It was a solid hit, but
Talking about the
hold on
weather
to it.
earlier too, but that's again an impressive throw into that wind.
yeah. So 1st and 10 from the Blackstone Millville 39-yard line. Seafring on a straight draw up the middle, stacked up.
Yeah, good solid hit. Who's that down the bottom there? Brendan Kalari.
Yeah, Brendan Kalari gets Seafring after a 2-yard gain. You called it, Pat. They're really trying to run in between like those A gaps and maybe the B gaps, but I mean they've run a couple of sweeps, that's fine. But Seafring really, I think, wants to run square to the line of scrimmage, and so far the Tigers have been able to contain them. Although it's early. Straight drop back. It's a quarterback draw. That was a draw the whole way. Now he's upfield, runs over his own guy. He's going to get corralled inside the 35-yard line. So Seafring finally gets loose and he shows what he's capable of. That was not a pass, I don't think, Pat. I think it was just a delayed quarterback draw.
Yeah, I agree with you. And, we've seen that once. I would imagine Mike Lynn's going to coach for that and not let that happen again. But it was a good, solid run. And you saw him just plowed over everybody, including his own player.
Yeah, they invite the rush upfield and they just direct them to the outside and let Seafring run it up the middle. 37-yard line of Littleton is where the ball is. Tigers up 7-0. Seafring in an empty backfield. He's going to roll to his left, looking to throw. Now he keeps it, tucks it, gets upfield. Oh, what do we got?
Probably have
A lot of laundry flying.
Charlie Brown.
It's about a 6-yard gain.
I didn't really see what the call was, Mike, but it looked like I did see him grab a hold.
Yeah, it's a hold on Blackstone Millville, but I think it's downfield, so they'll walk it off from the spot. So it'll result in basically a 2-yard loss, and it'll be 1st and 12. Actually, no, we'll call it 1st and 14. So 1st and 14 after the penalty, ball back to the Tiger 37-yard line. Quarterback draw right up the middle. Boom!
Yeah. Tucker to coast.
Tucker to coast. Right there, and I think it was Luke Tornell got at the bottom of it too. We got about a 2-yard gain. It is 2nd and 12. The ball on the 35-yard line. It's going to be 4 downs from here. Seafring can actually kick it. He was hitting some good kicks and warm-ups, but into the breeze here Well, what do we got? Well, no, actually 20 seconds to go. The drive will end.
It's amazing.
The quarter will
too.
end before the drive does.
Hit like that, Mike. So we the Blackstone crowd is really loud on the other side, but how quiet it got after that hit.
Yeah. So Blackstone Millville will let the quarter run out at the end of the one. In the championship game, Central Mass, Tigers lead 7-0. But Blackstone Millville in Tiger territory will be back with second quarter action right after these messages from LCTV.
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool.
To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
Welcome back, everyone. Second quarter, Tigers up 7-0, but it is 2nd and 12 for Blackstone Millville on the Tiger 35-yard line. Robbie Schiefering will take the snap, rolling to his right. He's going to set his feet and throw towards the sideline. Is he catching? Did he catch it?
Nice catch.
They said he catch.
Yep.
He was tiptoeing on the sideline on the far side.
Good hard
It's
run
definitely a
by the
catch.
receiver.
Yeah, they're trying to decide where to spot it, if it's good for a first down or not. Second down, they're saying. So he's just short. Oh, third down. It is third down.
Yeah, 4-down territory here. Good job by that receiver. He drove really, really hard down that edge and then came back right at the marker.
And that throw was right at the sideline. So he had to grab it and get his feet, keep his toes in bounds. He did that. So it is third and very short for Blackstone Millville. Seifring right up the middle.
Oh, good hit, good hit. I don't know what you got there.
It's going to be close. They didn't need much. Yeah, first down. But very short game there. No, so that now is 1st and 10 for Blackstone Millville on the Tiger 22-yard line.
Interesting road that Blackstone took here last week. Mike, I think they were down 26-9, and Maynard had 1st and goal. And
Number 8 is Bowden.
And-
Number 9, Bowden. I don't know who
There
called
we go across. Oh, he jumped hook pass. Oh!
sorry, you said somebody jumped into the press box explaining to us that the names are being pronounced wrong, but they're doing that from the other side of the field, so we'll take care of that. Last week, 26-9 and 1st and goal for Maynard. And then Seifring and another player from Blackstone Millville, 2 consecutive stops for losses, and then an interception to turn that game around. And then it came down to the last play of the game, and pass interference call in the end zone. Blackstone got another chance and scored on the last play of the game.
Wow, I did not know that. That's crazy. Penalty, a defensive penalty on the last play of the game. They get another try and score to win the game.
But again, Maynard was 1st and goal, up 26-9,
Yeah.
and couldn't punch it in.
All right, 2nd and 10. Seifring's going to try and run it. Oh, he hooks a pass. Oh! Austin Lynn makes the cut, gets the Jets on. He's running. He's got the angle. He's got guys in front of him. He's going to go all the way. Touchdown, Tigers. There is no penalty flag on the field. So Austin Lynn jumped the right. He had about an 80-yard return for the touchdown. He made one guy miss on the sideline at about the 45-yard line. Then he got his Jets going and his teammates running out in front of him.
And the whole sideline ran it with him. What a great play, great anticipation. That was not a long pass. It was 6 or 7 yards, and he just jumped that lane like he knew it was coming.
So big turn of events here. Blackstone Millville had some good momentum going. They were driving the ball. They were in the red zone. And Austin Lynn, it's an option play where he's rolling right and he can think about running or throwing. And he decided the same thing, like he jumps and whips that ball out there. And Austin Lynn with a big break on the ball. Cody Shearer will kick into the win this time from this end. Good snap. Hits it up there. It's good. Yes, Cody Shearer hits his second kick of the game. The Tigers on a defensive pick 6 by Austin Lynn go up 14-0.
Yeah, totally encouraging. That's a backbreaker for Blackstone Millville, pushing the ball down the field. making some good progress with a good mix of passing and throwing, and Austin Lynn just took the wind out of their sails right there with that interception.
A huge play by the senior defensive back. We talked about how in the games that they've lost, they've struggled with pass defense a little bit. They've been there, they've been on the ball, but haven't been quite able to, get their hands on it to knock it away or intercept it. And this time they cashed it in all the way. So we saw Cody Shearer kicking off with the wind, and got his ball all the way down to the 5-yard line both times. One actually went all the way through the end zone. We'll see how he does here, kicking into the wind.
Yeah, back to receive is Robbie Seifring. I imagine he's got a little bit of pent-up energy right now. Ben Littleton's MO all year, right, Ben? And then he comes with a big play that's just back-breaking for the other team.
Sure, Squibbit. Oh, the ball bounces off! It's in the middle of the field! Who's got it?
It's got to be Littleton. I only saw blue there.
Oh, Blackstone Millville's lucky. Very lucky. That ball bounced off the heel of one of their return guy, one of their up guys, and it was rolling downfield for quite a while. Out in the open there for anybody to grab, and Blackstone Millville lucky to jump on it. That would have been unbelievable.
That's the second one of those we've seen this year. I don't know if that's a planned kick or not. We saw an earlier game where he hammered it off the up guy and basically caught it on the way back before the up guy could even move.
I think it was planned to squib it like that because they were kicking into the wind.
Yeah.
And then, you get lucky when it takes a bounce like that and gives them a chance. So,
downside
the ball
right
on the 40-yard line.
Yeah, downside's a short field right here. I love it. He's going to come right back and throw.
Oh, good goal, good position there. Nice job by Austin Lynn. He broke to the inside and had perfect position there. It was well overthrown, but even if it was on target, Austin was in the right spot there.
I like that coach, that call by the Blackstone Millville coach. You come right back and say, you know what, we turn the ball over. We're still going to throw the ball.
2nd and 10 with the ball on the Blackstone Millville 40-yard line. Tigers up 14-0 early in the second quarter. Touchdown by Will Scott, and then the pick 6 by Austin Lynn. Quarterback throw again. He's hitting the backfield. The initial hit was by Ty Price. Schufering managed to get past him, but then Luke Tornell cleaned that up, so that's a loss. 3rd and 12. Good pressure there that was all defensive line, no linebackers there.
Yeah, Ty Price has really come along this year. What a great season for him. Mike Lynn mentioned him in the recent Telegram article about a player that has really stood out. It's an unexpected contribution to this team, and I think he's going to be a good one next year.
Well, now
he's a good one this year. He had a big return on a kickoff last week.
3rd and 11. He had two kick returns, one that went for a touchdown, but the other one got all the way down to the 5-yard line to start the second half.
Come on, boys!
So 3rd and long here. The Tigers would love to get a 3 and out and put that offense back on the field. Seifring's going to roll, looking, throws it towards the sideline, overthrown. He grabbed it. Would have been good for a first down, but it was too high.
Yeah, the wind again. I noticed it throws this way.
Yeah, sailing a little bit if it gets up in there, up in the jet stream. So it is 4th and 12 from the Blackstone Millville 38. This is clearly a punt situation, other than Blackstone Millville maybe feeling like they're in the hole and don't want to. I can't think you can't gamble here. There's too much time left.
Yeah, they're moving the ball pretty well. Again, I think that, just got to keep doing what you're doing. Stick with your game plan if you're Blackstone Millville. One unfortunate turnover.
Seifring is the punter. He'll get off a line shot. There's nobody back there for the Tigers. That ball's going to roll all the way inside the 10-yard line down to the 3-yard line. So a line drive. The Tigers didn't have anybody back there, kicking into with the wind. Seifring was able to drive it all the way down inside the 5.
Changing the way punting is done.
So the Tiger offense with one touchdown under their belts will come out now. What you'd love to see here, Pat, is another drive just like the first one, right? Moving the chains. Actually, it looks like they're going to go hammer. Oh yeah, they'll do that when they're inside the goal line or near the goal line. They'll go hammer.
They're marking the ball at the 4-yard line. If Littleton can run the hammer, run what they do, and eat up a lot of this clock and get a score here,
And they get the ball to start the second half.
totally
That'd be a great
demoralizing.
sequence. So here we go. 1st and 10 from the 4. They go right up the middle. And Mitch Bowden rumbling from the fullback position all the way out to the 18-yard line. So a 14-yard gain by the fullback. Well, he's a fullback today. He's been a tailback at other times. But so that is a 1st down. A nice run there. Good way to start the drive.
And Mike, as the spectator who stuck his head in the press box mentioned, I'm sure he appreciates him calling him Bowden and not Bedoin.
Bedoin. That's what the sound of the defenders trying to tackle.
Yeah, the defenders are hearing that. Timeout?
Blackstone Millville's going to call timeout there. Yeah, they got to be a little worried. The first drive was they were giving up, 8, 9 yards a carry, and then to start this drive, they give another 14 yards. So they got to figure out what they're going to do to try to staunch this running game by the Tigers. Tigers have yet to throw a ball and have 14 points.
Little break in the action here, Mike. Is this a good time to address the accommodations that Mark Corey set us up with here today? Unheated concrete floors. I'm down to 8 toes right now.
In counting. Yeah, it's rained like crazy last night, and then the rain stopped early this morning, and the sky's cleared, but it's got very breezy, and it's probably about 40, 42 degrees, but it feels more like 32
It was
degrees.
36, somebody said when they poked in before the game,
Did
so
they?
I'm sure it's colder than that right now.
Yeah. So the Tigers come out here 1st and 10, coming out of the timeout, still in the hammer. I'm going to give it to Austin Lynn. He's going to get about 8 yards there. Wes Klein leading now. Yeah, it's 36 degrees right now, according to Patrick's phone, which was in his back pocket. So does that have anything to do with it? 8-yard gain by Austin Lynn. 2nd and 2 with the ball out to the Tiger 26-yard line. So timeout, and it's still an 8-yard gain after that. So whatever they talked about on the sideline didn't really pan out. They're going to give it to Scott, come back the other way. Makes a
get
cut.
outside, get
He's got the
outside.
1st down. Oh! A saving tackle there. Otherwise, he was going to get a huge gain, but that's good for a 1st down over the 30. That was only 6 yards.
Yep, 6 yards, and it would have been 60. Nice tackle on the edge.
So 1st and 10, the ball on the 34-yard line. This Tigers started this drive on the 4-yard line, so they've got 2 1st downs and 30 yards worth of real estate so far in this drive, switching up their offensive look, going to the power run game, inside handoff, and that's Bowden again. Going to get about 4 yards. They're going to pitch it to Austin Lynn. He's trying for the corner. Seafring's going to run him down. He's going to be close to a 1st down. Nice play by Seafring.
Yeah, they're going to mark
But it
him
was
just
downfield.
inside. I think the chain's going to move here.
Yeah, got out to the 45-yard line. Need to get to the 44. Nice job there with Luke Elliott and Mitch Bowden getting out in front and driving downfield and giving Austin Lynn a free lane. About a 10-yard gain there. It is 1st and 10 with the ball on the Tiger 45-yard line. Go counter inside handoff to Will Scott. He's going to get tackled from behind, about a 3-yard gain.
It's a good look for Littleton, Mike. You can see the clock tracking down 5:50 left in the quarter, and they're just kind of rolling along here. Kind of feel like they're going to punch one in or get some score here right before the end of the half. Get the ball back, as you said, to start the 3rd quarter.
2nd down. And inside handoff to Bowden. He's trying to find a hole. He got stacked up at the line of scrimmage. He couldn't really get going there. Very short game. Let's see what they do here on 3rd and long, and they are switching it up. It is 3rd and about 7. They need to get down to the Blackstone Millville 45-yard line. Braden Lynn will come back in at quarterback. He's got Mike Corey and Austin Lynn receiving at the top of the screen. He's got Evan Lyons on the right side. He's got Will Scott in the backfield with him.
Yeah, I like the look here. I like Austin Lynn in the
They
slot
get a
right
snap
here.
off. They get it off. Braden Lynn looking, setting his feet. Throws it. Oh, a little high. Had to throw it over a defender's outstretched arm and a little high for Mike Corey. So now it is 4th down. The ball, and they're going to put in the punt unit out there.
Yeah, good play there. Good job by Braden Lynn to step up, keep that play alive. He had, interestingly enough, he had Austin Lynn streaking right down the middle of the field. He would get by his defender, but Mikey Corey was definitely open there in the flat. That would have been a 1st down.
So Will Scott on the punt into the wind. Oh, he hits a pretty good hit for the wind. Schufring's going to pick it up on the fly. Oh, good job there.
Evan Lyons got in there first.
Yeah, and
made
then
him come back, and I think Timmy Keller
cleaned him up. Yeah, that's Evan Lyons made him stop and try to make a cut. He had no momentum there as Keller stood him up. So that is down to the 26-yard line. So Blackstone Millville desperate to get something going here, knowing they're going to give the ball back to the Tigers to start the second half. Tiger defense, they got plenty of timeouts. If they can get a quick stop here and get the ball back, they'd love to get rolling again.
Mike Fontanella and I have been great friends for a long, long, long time, but he just knocked over my coffee, and we are no longer friends.
Apologize for that.
Well,
Gonna be a
it's
free
gonna be a
play,
penalty.
yep.
Let it-
Pressure down the sideline. Oh, picked off! But I believe they were offsides.
It's got to be on them.
Austin
It has
Lynn.
to be on them.
Yeah, they're signaling offsides.
That's got to be on them.
Austin Lynn would have had his 2nd interception of the game. He's doing a great job there, Patrick, on the inside again.
There's
How do
nothing
you
there.
see
Yeah.
The center can't stand up.
Carlos out on the field not liking this call. A lot of people around us aren't liking it either, Mike, but I do believe it's going to go against Littleton.
Yeah, it's going to be 1st and 5.
Come on, defense. Good job, Austin. Good job.
We've got assistant coaches standing next to us and fans about 4 feet away. It's going to be an interesting soundtrack for this game when we rebroadcast it.
I'm surprised the ref didn't change his call after listening to everybody, but
Blackstone Millville is trying to go for a hard count there. They're trying to get yards. Quarterback draw right up the middle. He's stacked up. Well, it was Tucker to coast again. Short gain. We'll bring up a 2nd and 3. With the ball on the Blackstone Millville 34-yard line.
if you're Blackstone, you've got to keep this Littleton defense moving side to side. You know, you had one successful play up the middle, but that little option read, I mean, that little, quarterback draw, but you're not going to have any success coming up the middle, especially on 1st down.
Another quarterback draw. He's trying to bounce to the outside. He's going to get close to a 1st down, but not a lot of yardage there. They took advantage of the penalty and had a short line to gain, and they got what they needed, but they only got exactly what they needed. It's 1st and 10 with the ball on the Blackstone Millville 37-yard line. Coming up on 3.5 minutes to go here in the half. That's the other thing, Pat. If they want to get a scoring opportunity, they got to get going.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. 3:30 left here in this 1st half, and this is great if you're going to move the ball at this pace, but you're going to need at least 5 or 6 minutes on the clock to get it in. So they're going to have to do something here.
Going to roll Schufring to his right. He's looking, he's setting his feet, throwing towards the sideline, underthrown. Got to get rid of that ball in a hurry. He set his feet, but the pocket was collapsing as he let it go. So that will stop the clock.
Yeah,
Second
interesting
down.
enough, it goes from thinking about Blackstone Millville and what they need to punch it in, and now if you're Mike Lingan thinking, okay, the clock just stopped there, if we get another stop here, we're going to get the ball back.
All right, if they can get a stop here, they'll force into the 3rd and long.
Yeah, and Braden Lynn's got the arm to move you downfield.
2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass. There we go, sweep. He's going to get the corner there. He makes a cut. Ooh, good tackle.
Nice hit by Evan Lyons.
Yeah, coming up from his defensive back position, about a 5-yard gain there. Call it a 6-yard gain. 3rd and 4. The ball still in Blackstone Millville territory on the 43-yard line. Let's see what they do. The Tigers would love to force a 3rd and longish. Get a stop here on 3rd down, make it 4th and longish, and make a hard decision for Blackstone Millville. Mike Lynn asking his guys to be disciplined on the defensive line, not break into the neutral zone before the snap. 3rd down. Straight. It's a screen pass. Screen pass. Oh, stacked up by Tucker DeCoste. No, they did not get it. Tucker DeCoste got off a block and came up and made the hit right as the pass was completed. That play went for a 1st down on the opening play of the game, Pat, and this time the Tigers read it perfectly. 4th and 4.
Yeah, big tell for Blackstone Millville. When he takes a drop, that big of a drop, you know that he's going to be throwing that screen pass.
Mike Lynn does not choose to use a timeout here. Under 2 minutes to go in the half. Again, Will Scott's going to drift back, but they really want to be careful here. Seifring is the punter. Yeah, now they're just going to let him kick it. Oh, it's blocked! Partially blocked! He's going to roll out of bounds. Somebody got a paw on it.
Low kick, too. I don't know.
Maybe it was Timmy Kelleher got in there and got a hand on it. I mean, he blocked it well after it was kicked. So they didn't really net much out of that. The ball went out of bounds on the Tiger 37-yard line. 1:27 to go. Plenty of timeouts. Tigers have not thrown it. Well, they threw a pass on the last one and went incomplete. Let's see what they do here with short clock and they got 63 yards to go.
Yeah, the receivers look anxious here.
I'm going to give it to Will Scott, trying to get the corner. He gets stacked up for no gain and maybe a yard loss.
A little bit tough here. We're throwing into the wind. If you're going the other way, I know you take a crack. Maybe Evan Lyons down the sideline.
Yeah, it's a good point. And and you're getting the ball to start the second half, so it's not like you're feeling like you got to score here. You're already up 2 scores, and you're getting the ball to start the 3rd quarter. But having said that, you do have one of the best arms in Central Massachusetts and a talented receiving core.
Yeah, so a lot of weapons here.
2nd and 11. It's going to be a draw to Bowden. He gets tripped up.
How many times have we seen them in looking what there's going to be a short yardage play and Bowden breaks it for 50, 60, 70 yards?
He's really there. If that guy doesn't get him on that shoestring, he's going to get close to a 1st down.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be over midfield on that last one.
Yeah, 4-yard gain. It's 3rd and 6. Coming up on 30 seconds to go. They'll run a play, but I think they're pretty much content to get to the half with the lead.
Chuck it up, Mike. Chuck it up. Attaboy. Let it fly.
Sets his feet, going down the sideline. Austin Lynn makes a break for the ball. He catches it on the 30-yard line with 10 seconds to go. The Tigers are screaming for a timeout. Wow, you could see the wind there, right, though?
I will say, arguably,
that ball curved all the way back. It was thrown towards the sideline and got all the way almost to the hash mark where Austin Lynn made a great effort to break to the ball. He reeled it in at the 30-yard line.
Braden Lynn knows how much I like him, but I will tell you that was probably the ugliest ball I've ever seen him throw. That thing just got up. It was spinning every.
I mean, they were trying to go way down the sideline and try and get a fly pattern and beat him, which it wasn't going to happen.
I think that was everything he had.
It was everything he had.
If it's thrown the other way, it was 70 yards.
It's like hitting driver into a stiff wind and it goes 150 yards. It's just not going to get there. You just can't do it.
What does that mean? My driver only goes 150.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, good golfers can hit it longer than that. But Austin Lynn, with a terrific adjustment to the ball, he really stayed with it, and he made the catch.
Good stuff. You're still in a tight spot here. 10 seconds left here at the 30-yard line. You potentially, I don't know where you got to get to for Cody Shearer to have a shot at a field goal.
From into the wind here, I think you got to be on about the 10-yard line. Yeah. At best, but.
So timeouts left, right? You actually have time to send everybody deep and give it off to Mitch Bowden and get a timeout down the field?
You could do that too. You can call a timeout on a completed pass down the middle, too. So here we go. 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line with 10 seconds to go in the half. Straight drop back.
Oh, get rid of it, get rid of it, get rid of it, get rid of it.
This is going to be the last play of the half. Got to throw it all the way to the end zone. Picked off at the goal line, but that's a half. So he did the right thing by trying to make a play.
Good job, Breeden.
Yep. So the Tigers will go to the locker room up 14-0 in this Division VI District Championship game at Doyle Field, Leominster.
Solid first half, that's what you want.
Yeah.
Another blanking, man, another blanking.
We'll be back with the second half after these messages from Littleton Community Television.
Your son wants to get a cat, but you're allergic. Do you A, prepare yourself, B, make the best of it,
C squared equals
25.
Good job.
or C, find a loophole? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back for the start of the second half. The Tigers up 14-0 in the championship game here in Central Mass Division VI. Patrick, they're going to get the ball, but they're going to work against the wind.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting. Like, they're going to get the ball here on offense, but just going back defensively, these guys have been so solid for the first half of most games here. Another great, solid half. No points on the board for Blackstone and Millville in the first half. If they can come out here and kind of contain them this way, they're going to be they're going to have a good ride here, I think.
Oh, it's a spooch kick. Oh! Sean Mazzoni held on to the ball, made a great play there, and then got clocked by Kerr Boyle.
Yeah, nice tackle by Kerr there.
Sean Mazzoni making over-shoulder the grab. He had a big catch last game down the middle of the field. Nice job there.
Good to see him out on the field. You know,
Yeah.
Took away. They almost took him off on an ambulance.
It was
last
a
week, but it looks like he's
dislocated kneecap, and he managed to straighten his leg out and get it to fall back into place, and then he didn't have to get in the ambulance. So he's back on the field this week. 1st and 10 for the Tigers with the ball on their 38-yard line. They're going spread here. I'm going to give it to Mitch Bowden. Oh, he hurdles a guy, and he's up the field. Gets a first down, he's up the sideline. Oh, he bangs another guy. Oh, all the way down to the 26-yard line, Bowden. Wow. About a 35-yard jaunt there. He literally just threw a forearm and clocked the guy.
Yeah, that was a great little stiff arm there to get another 10 yards out of that play. Look at those chains move.
That's a 30-yard gain. He made a little sidestep to make a guy at his feet in the backfield, and then got going, bounced to the outside, up the sideline. Tigers 1st and 10 with the ball on the 25-yard line of Blackstone Millville.
Ride the Mitch train.
And they will. I'm going to give it to him again. He's got another hole. Runs over another guy. Oh, Bowden is bowling him over. That's good for another first down, all the way down to the 15-yard line.
I don't know what Mike Lynn is feeding them at halftime, but they're going to give me some of that.
1st and 10 with the ball on the 15-yard line. The Tigers coming out. You said it perfectly, Pat. Riding the Bowden train.
Yeah, look at this. I mean, 30 seconds ago, they were back here in front of us to our left, and now they're down to the 15-yard line.
1st and 10. Sure enough, up the middle, big hole!
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's running over guys! He holds the ball out! Mitch Bowden scores on 3 plays.
That is crazy. That last one, it looked like he's running against a U15 team.
Mitch Bowden got 66 yards of real estate on 3 carries to start the half. Offensive line opening up some big holes, and Bowden going right through them. Cody Shearer on the kick.
Boom.
Nailed it into the wind. So this is interesting, Pat. The Blackstone Millville decided to take the win in the 3rd quarter, which means they'll be against them in the 4th quarter. And they give up that touchdown real quick. Now it's looking like that win could be an issue for them. It's going to be hard to make a comeback in the 4th quarter if you're trying to throw downfield into that breeze.
Great point. I think if you're Littleton, you want to put Blackstone Millville in a place where they have to throw the ball at some point in the game, and to do it this early and to actually not have the wind behind their back in the 4th quarter, it's going to be definitely a detriment to them. So it's a really good point.
But
I know
having
we keep talking about the weather, but I mean, unless you're here, you can't understand how much the wind is impacting kicks and throws.
we saw that throw downfield by Braden Lynn, who's got a really strong arm, and that ball just feathered up into the breeze. But on the other hand, that's all well and good, but if the Tigers can just keep playing really good defense and keep running the ball, they're just going to run away with this. They're up 21-0 here, 1 minute and 13 seconds into the second half.
Cody's got that ball teed up like he's going to hammer this one long and low. If you're one of those up, man, you better get your hands up.
He'll throw it down the field, takes a bounce. Oh, good pursuit there.
Solid team tackling there.
Yep, Sean Mazzoni on the tackle. So Blackstone Millville will take over on the 29-yard line, their own 29-yard line, trailing by 3 scores.
Take on the ball!
Read option, they're going to go right up the middle. Oh, dragged down from behind by Kelleher.
That's it, Brendan.
Kelleher coming off that defensive tackle position, covered some ground and made a great tackle there. No gain, about a yard.
Brendan Kalari sticking his head in there too.
Yeah, Kalari and DeCosta both have good games at that linebacker position. That defensive line is really making it hard to get upfield. Ty Price, Timmy Kelleher, and Luke Tornell doing the bulk of the damage at defensive line tonight. 2nd and 9. We'll try and sweep. Oh, good job by Austin Lynn. Made him cut it up right into the teeth of the linebacking core.
This is great for Littleton, right? Clock's running. Now you push him into a 3rd and long.
Yeah, this is a big down here for Blackstone Millville, because if they can't get it into pick up a 1st down or even maybe get a 4th and 1, they're going to have to punt trailing. Tigers feel like if they can get the Blackstone Millville's offense off the field and give the ball right back to that offense after that impressive 3-play drive, they're going to have a good chance to put their thumb heavily on the scale of the outcome of this game. A big down here, 3rd and 6. I'm going to try for the edge. I'm going to cut it up early. Oh, good job there. Tucker to coast. Whistle blown. Good job by Kara Boyle there, not letting him get to the outside. And then it was Tucker to coast, filling the gap. And no gain on that play. 4th and 6.
Now Littleton's not going to. Oh, they're going to send Evan Lyons back this time. Boy, Mike, if I'm Littleton here, I tell your players to come hard. Make sure you don't run into the kicker here, but they just don't look solid punting the ball here. That's a deep draw for a kicker. Oh, here he comes. His kicks have all been low.
Oh. Yeah, another low kick. Ooh, got it into the wind. Evan Lyons is going to knock it out of bounds at the 10-yard line. He's trying to pick it up so it wouldn't run out, but so Blackstone Millville gaining the advantage here with the wind in terms of the kick, but they trail 21-0. The Tigers get the ball back after scoring on their first offensive possession in almost no time at all, and they will stay with that spread look. They're on their 10-yard line. Last time down this close to the goal line, Mike Lynn went hammer. I think he pretty much loved what he saw in that last drive out of this look, so he's going to stay with it. This time he's got Will Scott in the backfield with Braden. Bring Austin Lynn in motion. I'm going to pitch it to him. He's going to get the edge. Racing towards the sideline. Nice job there. Good job by Evan Lyons to lock it up that defensive back. Plenty of room there. The offensive line really sealed that corner. That's a 1st down. 11-yard, 10-yard gain. The Tigers keep up the pressure on the rush game. 1st and 10 now from their 20.
Nice to have weapons, right? You just ran down the field with Mitch Bowden, and now you come back with Will Scott in the backfield.
No, we got a false start.
Still had a little running room there.
All right, so that'll back them up 5, back to the 15-yard line and make it 1st and 15. I'm going to give it to Scott. Going to hurdle the pile. He's only going to get a couple yards on that. That'll bring up a 2nd and 12. 13, 2nd and 13. I'll give it back to Bowden, who came back in the game here. He's trying to get to the outside. Cuts it at the hole! Oh, it's a good block on the edge there! Oh, nice job!
Mikey Corey
He gets
with
tripped
those
up.
steals.
Mike Corey with a good block. That was a saving tackle. That was almost might have been the last guy to beat. And that'll bring up a 3rd and about 4.
A lot of times, Mike, you see a block like that, you call for a block in the back, but Mikey Corey did a good job of realizing that he had the guy's front side and sealing him off.
So big down here for the Tigers. See if they can keep this drive going. Keep the pressure on Blackstone Millville's defense. Oh, they're going to false snap it. Offside.
Let it go.
Down the sideline. Oh! Austin Lynn all the way down to the 40-yard line. The Tigers recognizing Braden Lynn that he had a free play on that.
And Mike, you know, we'll never know the true story of that, but I do believe that ball was thrown to the outside to Evan Lyons, and the wind just knocked it down.
And then it was an easy grab for Austin Lynn. I think you're 100% right. Oh, so that'll move the chains big down there. Big conversion for the Tigers and a gut punch for Blackstone Millville.
Braden Lynn learned how to throw in the wind.
Tigers down in the Blackstone Millville territory on the 39-yard line. Give it to Bowden. Another big hole up the middle. Makes
nice
a cut. Yeah, he's going to get a 1st down on that. Man, they are blowing up the inside of that defense right now. He's getting a free run to 4 yards where he has to think about anything. And then he makes a nice cut and ends up getting a 1st down inside the 30 to the 28, 27.
Make that kind of cut just so fast. That first little cut was just beautiful.
Noah Graham, Jared Lalieve, and Wesley Klein, the center and the 2 guards, owning the inside of that line right now. I'm going to give it back to Bowden. Another hole. He cuts it up. Off tackle. Squares it up. Going to get another 9-yard gain.
Good job by Jared Lalieve pulling from the right side and just sealing that off.
I'm going to give Mitch Bowden a well-deserved break. After another 9-yard gain there, 2nd and 1. Like you say, Pat, quite a luxury, right? Bowden goes out, Scott comes in, Scott goes out, Bowden comes in.
Let's go, Littleton!
Tigers slowing it down a little bit. They're going to take a timeout here.
The crowd will not be happy when this timeout is called.
Yeah, right.
Starting to ice up a bit.
They had momentum going. Oh, but he's going to switch it up. He's going to go hammer here. I like that. I like, let the clock run down. Call the timeout. Get your guys out there, switching it up a little bit.
It's not like you and I have anything to do.
All right, so it is 2nd and 2. The Tigers with a great drive going here. They'll switch up styles and go to the hammer. They've got Bowden back in the game with Scott and Austin Lynn at the tailbacks. I'm going to pitch it to Will Scott. He's going to get a 1st down, cuts it up. Inside the 10-yard line, it'll be 1st and goal.
Barry Sanders high step in there.
Yeah, he going to his left and made a hard cut back to the right and got a good seam up there inside the 10-yard line. 1st and goal from the 9.
And they really are peaking for this playoff.
pitch it to Austin Lynn. He cuts up the middle, driving towards the goal line. Touchdown, Tigers!
Luke Elliott. Luke was all that play. The pitch and then the lead block. Good job, Luke.
So the Tigers playing two styles of football on that drive. They went a 90-yard drive there in short order, playing two styles of football and punching it in. Now Blackstone Millville, a lot of world of hurt, trailing big, and they only got the win in their favor for another 3 minutes and 31 seconds. Cody Shearer 3 for 3 on kicks today.
Nice snap, nice kick.
He's nailing it.
Looking good.
Looking good. So
Much more consistent than we saw earlier in the season.
Yeah, 28-0. And the Tigers owning the second half here on both sides of the football. A three-play touchdown drive to start the half, and then a 90-yard drive. Took them a few more than 3 plays, but 90 yards and a score. They made it look easy. The only tough play on that was the third down conversion on the pass play.
Yep.
But they had a free play. It was offsides on Blackstone Millville, so they were going to get the first down either way.
You know, Mike, one of the things to think about too, right, is Littleton goes so deep. So we're talking about not just in the backs with Mitch Bowden and with Will Scott, but at wide receiver. Also at the line, they're pretty deep as well. And you look over at Blackstone Millville, and they're a little thin on the bench over there. Not a lot, some of those kids are younger kids for sure. So if you break them down in the third quarter, what you really want to watch out for here is, this is where you'll see Mitch Bowden or Will Scott break some big runs here in the last quarter. But it definitely looks like Blackstone's wearing down a bit.
Cheryl hammer it down and be fielded on the 15-yard line. Oh, good tackle there by Ty Price. Tiger defense will come out on the field. They have forced a punt on the opening drive by Blackstone Millville.
Let's go, defense! Let's go, Tiger!
Blackstone Millville did not get a first down on that opening drive. First and 10 with the ball on the Blackstone Millville 27-yard line. So kicking into the win, that's pretty good outcome. Gonna roll, look to throw, sets his feet. Whoa! Picked off!
Austin Lynn again.
Austin Lynn again.
It's going to be a flag.
That's close. Austin Lynn jumped it again. Second interception that counts. He actually has 3. It was offsides on Tigers when he made another interception. That one didn't stand, but that one does. So now the Tigers clearly in control here. They're going to come back to Hammer with his first and 10 with the ball on the Blackstone Millville 32-yard line. So the second turnover of the game for Blackstone Millville. Austin Lynn with a pick 6 in the first quarter.
I think Austin Lynn's going to go over to Braden Lynn and ask, why can't you throw the ball like that to me?
Mitch Bowden up the middle.
Oh, man.
Hold on to that ball. Yeah, you get about a 7-yard gain. Tigers got a chance to run away with it now.
Interesting enough, we'll have the wind at our backs for the fourth quarter, but we're not going to need it. I'm pretty sure they'll keep the ball on the ground unless something changes.
We're going to put Caraboyle in a fullback. Mitch Bowden carrying a big load today and getting a little banged up. Needs a breather.
I was sleepover at an 8-year-old birthday party with all the blankets.
Going to pitch it to Will Scott. He's going to bounce out for a first down. Down to about the 20-yard line. They wave the chains down the sideline yet again. Those guys have got to be exhausted too. We know who those guys are, right? It's Chuck DeCoste and Tom Furlong and
working hard over there.
I think there's honorary longtime chain crew guy George Ogilvy. Looks like he can still beat up all those guys. He's standing like nonchalant, hand in his pocket. It's
low
like,
bar to get over.
Keep an eye on exactly. Here comes Austin Lynn's gonna get.
Not going to get away.
Throwing down from behind.
I'm not sure I'd be staring somebody down after tackling them when you're down 28-0.
I got a one-word reply to that stare down.
And it starts
Pure
with
boy.
scoreboard.
Well, it's about a 7-yard loss. Let's see what the Tigers do here. They're going to stay hammer.
Oh, I'd like to see him throw out of the hammer. You've seen that once or twice.
Oh, yeah, that would be a great call.
Time to try that play, although if you're planning on using that in the next series against
Yeah,
your next opponent, maybe you don't show it here. But we've seen him do it once or twice.
2nd and 17. I'm going to go inside handoff to Boyle. He's going to get run down from behind after a short game.
Let's go, Tigers!
Tigers will switch it up here on 3rd and long. It's 4 down territory. They won't go for a field goal in this wind. They're not in range yet. So 3rd and 15. Coming up on 30 seconds to go in the quarter. Braylon rolling to his left, looking to throw.
Let it ride, let it fly, let it flow.
Throws a knuckleball. Oh, that gets dropped. Should have been
Mikey
picked
Croy.
off.
Mikey Croy running through the ball and actually broke up the play unintentionally. Otherwise, that would have been an interception.
So that'll bring up a 4th and 15. I'm not going to punt from here. Ball's on the 25-yard line. But Blackstone Millville, hang on by a thread, needs to get a stop here.
Interesting here for Littleton because you know I guess you take a shot here. Turning the ball over down at the goal line is not going to be an issue.
Yeah,
I think
right.
you want to throw this one downfield.
Yeah,
Look at the wind. Look at the leaves.
Yeah. I mean, you definitely want to throw it past the yard to gain, I think. You know, unless I'm going to call a timeout here. There's 19 seconds to go in the quarter.
You just don't want to have a big play coming the other way.
Yeah, I'd be careful about like throwing like a down and out timing pattern where a guy can jump it and get it in the flat and race down the sideline. But you're right. But you definitely want to give yourself a chance to get the first down anyway, which means you're going to have to get it, down to the 10-yard line.
So 19 seconds left. Good question for you. 19 seconds left, 3rd quarter. You're up 28-0. You're Mike Lynn. You think it all in his head, he's thinking, I wonder if Mike and Pat are comfortable up in the press box? My toes are just about ready to fall off.
No, he's not thinking that at all. I don't even think he knows we do the games.
Probably true. I'm sure if he watches anything that we do, I'm sure he turns the volume down.
Yeah, exactly.
The filming,
Narrates it in his head.
The filming is excellent, but
All right, coming out of the timeout. It is 4th and 15. The ball on the Blackstone Millville 25-yard line. I got to get down to the 10.
go something to the outside, baby.
Going towards the end
Oh,
zone. He's got to get back in the end zone.
Nice
Oh, he gets it. Yes! Oh! Evan Lyons with a circus catch in the back of the end zone. He got his hands on it. He fell to the ground. The ball got loose. As he landed on the ground, the ball dropped right into his hands.
That is a backbreaker right there.
That's pretty much the ball game. The Tigers go up 34-0.
Great call there. You're not going to get into any damage. You turn the ball over, interception. You don't have a risk of anybody really intercepting and running it back. And that is a tough throw into this wind.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, it was a 25-yard throw into actually almost 35 yards because it went to the back of the end zone.
Boom.
Oh, blocked. That one was blocked.
All right.
So it is 34-0. And the Tigers with 3 touchdowns here in the 3rd quarter. Impressive. They had 1 touchdown, offensive touchdown in the first half. The second score was on Austin Lynn's pick 6. The Tigers with a 3-play scoring drive to start the half. Mitch Bowden going 66 yards in 3 plays. Then they had a 90-yard drive, and then Austin Lynn shortened the field with his 2nd interception of the game. The Tigers facing a 4th and 15, cash it in on a touchdown pass from Braden Lynn to Evan Lyons. Lyons with a terrific catch, highlight reel stuff in the back of the end zone. Towards the sideline, he's going to get caught on about the... Another good tackle downfield there.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about good coverage. That return basically stopped right where he caught the ball. Okay, he caught it in like 20 yard line.
Yeah, exactly. Evan Lyons, Kerr Boyle with the tackle, and that'll be the end of the quarter. So the Tigers, with a terrific offensive explosion here in the third quarter, are in the driver's seat, up 34-0 with 1 quarter left to play. We'll be back with that action after these messages from LCTV.
You've messed up your son's haircut.
Mom?
Do you A, try to fix it,
Like it never happened.
B, work with what you got, or C, show solidarity?
Thank you, baby.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Welcome back to the fourth quarter. The Tigers in the lead, 34-0. Patrick, a great offensive showing there in the third quarter for Littleton.
Yeah, absolutely, Mike. You said it. The first quarter, a couple of big plays, the interception, but the running of the ball, Mitch Bowden and Will Scott, was just too much for Blackstone. They're just worn down at this point. I don't think there's enough possessions in the half left for Blackstone to come back.
It's that quarterback draw that the Tigers have defended all day.
You said earlier, Mike, Robbie Seifring's one of the leading rushers in Central Mass, but I don't think he comes up against a front line and linebacking core like Littleton very often.
Yeah, I mean, Blackstone Millville, big upset against Maynard last week. But, prior to that, they were, and still are a 500 team.
Yeah.
So, and they are, through everything that our research that we did, not that there was a lot of it, but that we did, it's a one-man show. You stop him, you stop Blackstone Millville. And this 2 runs up the middle, down 34-0.
Yeah, it sounds to me like the coach maybe just wants to get home at this point. I mean, this is, you get the wind blowing in your face.
So it is 3rd and 7.
We've talked in other games too where, we're surprised that coaches weren't throwing. What's the difference whether you lose, 34-0 or 50-0 kind of thing. But, again, it just doesn't seem to be there. I think that they feel like they're going to have more success running the ball here and maybe trying to break a big play than putting the ball up in the air, turning the ball over.
Yeah, especially into the wind here. Tiger pass defense been outstanding today. They're going to roll Seifring. He's going to set his feet, looking back the other way down the middle of the field.
Solid, Mikey.
Blackstone Millville asking for a penalty, and they are not going to get it.
Penalty on him, he's got to get off the field.
That's more frustration than anything. That's good defense right there.
That was Mike Crory, who coming off that broken collarbone. He got back for the last game, first game of the playoffs, so it's great to see him out there, and he's making some plays. That'll bring up a 4th and 7.
Good job, Mikey.
They will punt into the wind, ball down inside the 30. Pat, the clock was running off that incomplete pass because of the score. So even though it's the playoffs, they don't change that rule. I'm not sure what the differential is, but it is a running clock game. Stop now for the change of possession. Mike Lynn calling for some subs.
Yeah, I heard him yelling second backfield, seeing Tucker DeCoste, Kerr Boyle. I expect every one of these plays to take just about as much clock as you can.
Yeah, they're going to go hammer here. And they're going to keep the offensive line in and Luke Elliott a quarterback, but they're going to bring in some different tailbacks.
I think Luke's going to probably wait for this to run down a bit.
Yeah, Leo Gibbons gets the first toss. He'll get driven back, but they'll get about 2-yard gain there.
Leo's like, come on, coach, I've been frozen for 3 quarters. Now I feel good, though.
Okay.
Looks like we're getting a little Tony Assisto.
Yeah, Luke
Right,
Elliott will
Tony.
go out. Tony Assisto in the quarterback. So it's Tony Assisto quarterback, Care Boyle at fullback, Leo Gibbons and Ty Price at the tailbacks. Starting offensive line still in there. They've done an outstanding job today. I can't wait to see the statistics, see how many rushing yards they racked up. But
Yeah, Tony's just looking down for the ref to put up his hand and run this clock down.
Ty Price coming back the other way.
He had one guy to beat, and that was Tony Assisto.
That'll bring up a 3rd and 6. The ball on the Tiger 32-yard line.
First down. Come on, offense.
Tackled short of the first down. It'll be 4th and about 1. They're going to bring the punt team out there.
Look, I don't know where we file complaints with the way these games go, but I'm pretty sure I did not see the cheerleaders do 34 push-ups. The playoffs, baby. They're going to take a penalty here, I think, Mike.
Yeah, I think they can give up the yardage with the wind. They're going to call timeout.
Oh.
So with 6:04 to go, the Tigers up 34-0.
Right now, 6:04 to go. Mike Glenn calling a timeout. He's being unfriended on Facebook, unfollowed on Twitter. We'll keep following him, though.
It's going to look like Ray Guy on this punt.
Let's see how Will Scott can do kicking with the wind.
Yeah, that flag is still blowing here. Let's see if we can hammer one.
Seifring back on his 20.
Oh, the toe into that ball and still got it off.
Feeling on right on the 20. Good pursuit there by the Tigers.
Nice tackling.
Turned out about 6 yards to about the 28-yard
Kurt Boyle
line.
down there, Evan Lyons, Sean Mazzoni. Get on the tackle. Looked like Wesley Klein maybe got that tackle. This collection of blankets on the sideline for Littleton players.
All right, so 5:49 to go here in the ball game. Tigers will leave their starting defensive unit out there intact. Stone Millville will try to get the edge. Ball's out. 2nd down. Recovery by Blackstone Millville.
It's like a gain of about an inch. Just nothing offensively from Blackstone.
No, they had the one good drive that got down to the 20 before Austin Lynn made that dramatic pick 6 in the first half, but that's really been their only scoring threat. They haven't even been able to really string any connected first downs together. They've been picked up a few here and there, one at a time, but they really haven't been able to get it going. And we talked about at the beginning of the game, if the defensive line could do a good job they would really make it hard for Blackstone Millville. We know they pitch a shutout, close to it, but they've done a great job. Oh, flea flicker. Oh, he's hit when he threw it. Complete. And I think he's short of the first. No, see, they're going to spot him close enough, good enough for the first down. But it's Luke Tornell, Ty Price, and Timmy Kelleher really raising havoc on the defensive line today. Did an outstanding job. And we talked about the offensive line, especially the middle of that line. Noah Graham, Wesley Klein, and Jared Lalieve, especially in the third quarter, just pounding it, open up hole after hole for the backs. Blackstone Millville will take a timeout. Now they're going to lose fans. We'll see if they decide to sub a little bit. Like you said, Pat, they don't really have that many subs out there. A lot of those guys got to be JV guys. Not that they couldn't play, but
Right.
and that's pretty much their second string is their JV team. They don't have the luxury. Littleton has a legitimate second string, and then the third string is a JV. So it's 1st and 10 on the flea flicker completion. The ball to the Blackstone Millville 41-yard line. As we said, all likelihood Littleton will hold on to win, and they will face Stoneham next Saturday at a site to be determined. It'll be a neutral site. My guess is it could be somewhere in the Lowell, Reading, Andover area. Stoneham representing the North Division. And that game will be for a trip to Gillette for the state championship game against the South winner.
One more trip.
1st and 10. Looking to throw, straight drop back, down the middle, overthrown. Good coverage downfield by Austin Lynn.
Not a bad ball by Seafring in the wind.
Well, now the clock stopped on incomplete pass. All right, 2nd and 10, 4:02 to go.
I'm wondering, did Blackstone call a timeout? Is that why the clock's at?
No.
Seems like a
no,
long time between plays.
Yeah.
I didn't see a timeout called, but it seemed like a long time between there. Otherwise, I thought the clock would be running.
No, they're going to go up the middle again for nothing. Luke Elliott coming off the edge. You can hear Coach Lynn saying, get up and walk away. Making sure that the game doesn't devolve into a chip fest. About a 2-yard gain. The Tiger defensive line continues to play outstanding football. Mitch Bowden coming out the field, getting congratulations from his coaches and teammates.
Yeah, crowd likes the game that he played today, and they should.
Quarterback draw again. He's going to get a first down, makes a
nice
cut.
cut back.
Nice job by Brandon Kalari. Got enough of them to trip him up. That's good for a first down in Tiger territory down to about the 43-yard line.
Yeah, it's interesting as Brendan went by Seafring, he looked at him and held his fingers apart and said, I think I got about this much of you.
And it was enough. Sweep it back the other way into the hole.
Nice play, nice run.
Yep, good run there, good cut. 7-yard gain, but clock racing towards the zeros. The only thing that's really got to be determined is the differential and whether or not the Tiger defense posts a shutout here tonight. Tigers making some subs. Tony DeSisto goes in at safety.
Wyatt Kopp coming out.
All right, Kopp will go to Stormbacker.
Come on, Wyatt, get in the book, baby, get in the book. In a good way.
Getting on the field in a district championship game.
Cam Mossy coming in, Evan Lyons coming out.
Oh, inside pitch. And,
Wyatt
it's a
Kopp.
pass. That's an incomplete pass. It was a pitch, forward pitch, which makes it a pass, technically.
I think the refs will let that go. I was joking about Wyatt Kopp, but he looked like he was in the backfield before the ball was.
So it's an incomplete pass. We'll bring up third down with 1:45 to go. The ball is on the Tiger 37, 38-yard line.
Superman coming in.
Luke Tornell goes out playing nose tackle today, and he anchored the left side of the offensive line. Great job by the senior two-way player. Quarterback draw. Oh, stacked up!
Kerr Boyle.
Yeah, Kerr Boyle. There's Gilly Supernet in there too, switching in at nose tackle. Brings up a fourth down as we come up with a minute left to go here in the ball game. Kevin McDonald coming in for Ty Price.
I'm not sure much, but I'm pretty sure we're not going to be kicking a field goal here. Probably going to be it, Mike.
Fourth down play. If they don't convert here, the Tigers will be able to run the clock out. They're going to look to quarterback draw. And he's going to get sacked! Oh no, he came out of it! And he picks up the first down. Oh, they had him in the backfield and couldn't wrap him up. So that will keep the drive alive for Blackstone Millville. They'll stop the clock to move the chains. And they will take a timeout.
And Will Zimmerman, the cameraman for the team, is next to me, and he's not happy with this timeout, and he's trying to find any sort of feeling in his right hand, but I don't think that's going to happen until next week.
It is a first down for Blackstone Millville with the ball on the Tiger 27-yard line.
Mark Corey's up here trying to get feeling back in his hands too, and all of a sudden I'm reminded of the movie Mr. Deeds with the dead foot. There's not a lot of feeling in limbs up here, but everybody's happy.
If I'm a ref, I'm telling you, there's no way I'm letting a touchdown stand. There will be a penalty. No, I'm only kidding. Blackstone Millville wants to finish the game out.
Looks like we got some homework to do to try to figure out Stoneham. That should be a good one.
Incomplete pass. Wyatt Kopp bringing pressure off the edge.
Good
Cam
ball there, right
Mossy
through the
almost had a
hands.
pickoff downfield.
That ball goes up in the air. It can end up anywhere today.
23 seconds left to go. Clock stopped on the incomplete pass. Second down from the Tiger 27. Tigers will bring home another piece of hardware. I was actually looking at the trophy case the other day, just walking down the hall at the high school. I think they have to build another one. Between the football team, the girls' track team.
Oh, great. Raise my taxes again. Thanks.
Second down. Throwing towards the end zone.
It's gonna be
Well defended!
Landforce.
Parker Landford knocks the ball away at the goal line. Well, the ball hit him in the head and then got knocked away. I don't know if... Good coverage by Parker Landford. He was right where he needed to be.
Yes, indeed. He can do it all. Still the guy that scored the first touchdown this season. And that will stand forever.
Take the ball off, take a knee.
3rd and 10, 16 seconds to go. Blackstone Millville unloading the chamber here, trying to get something on the board.
Come on, lineman, get in there.
They're going to go right back at Parker. They got their best receiver out there at the top of the screen. No, he's going the other way towards the end zone. Oh, well done. No, that was Leo Gibbons. Oh, 4th down. Tigers, second string defensive backs answering the call.
Don't let them score.
I think, right, because if they do, then we got to get a try, then a kickoff. This could be the second to last play. 4th and 10. Let's see what Blackstone Millville does here on 4th down. They've been trying for the end zone.
Ruski from Nebraska coming here. One more shot.
Slant. Oh, knocked down by Tony DeSisto, but that'll do it. The Tigers will turn away the last scoring threat by Blackstone Millville. They'll call the game. The Littleton Tigers are the Division VI Central Mass champions. I believe this is the 4th time they've done it, Patrick, since they put the new playoff format in place.
Yeah, Michael, another, going to win the Central Mass championship here with a shutout is impressive and such a good way to go into the playoffs.
Yeah, they set their goals at the beginning of the year, league championship and district championship, always the 2 goals they try for. And they didn't get the league championship, but they got the big piece of hardware, the district championship here at Doyle Field, a solid 34-0 wire-to-wire win by the Tigers. They will play Stoneham next Saturday for a trip to Gillette Stadium in the state championship game. We'll bring you that action on LCTV. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
Peace.